Niall Motormouth Jenkins here, welcoming you to our brand new YouTube channel. Hope that you'll come back and see every segment each and every week, and I will share preventative maintenance tips and regularly scheduled maintenance tips for your car. So whether you know a little bit about your car or absolutely nothing, this is the channel just for you, where I share over 35 years of experience as a qualified and licensed service technician with truck and coach, light truck and passenger vehicles. Come back and visit us and tell your friends, and we'll see you each and every week right here in the Car Connection Workshop on YouTube.
Hey! Hi, Skippy! Hi! What are you doing? You're a cheeky monkey, you are. Are you stealing hardware? Oh, you're keeping an eye on the hardware. Very good. All right, we got one more episode with regards to the dash. Yes, the heater is on today in the Car Connection Workshop because it's stinking cold outside. I think I'm going to put a window up. I think it's time to close windows. Turn the heater on. Don't got one. Windshield's really clean in here. It's like I can almost touch Skippy. Oh, I can touch Skippy. All right, so next episode, we just talked about the HVAC, heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. I got my work cut out for me there, and we are on the home stretch now, folks, with this, because once the interior's done, there's a couple of things to be done underneath that I need the hoist for. I got to pull the skid plate out underneath, check the transmission. There's a linkage under there I can't get to. So that will be the final, pretty much the final episode before it goes for inspection. I do have to do a little body work, but I'm not going to bore you with that. I'll probably show you the before and then the after. You don't want to watch me sit there and going zzz, zzz, zzz. No, I'll just show you the before and I'll show you how I'm doing it. Let me move that welder there, Skippy. Somebody drop a log there in the aisle? What is that? What the heck is that thing? I don't think I want to know. Get a shovel. It's big enough. All right, here it is. Are you ready for the big reveal? Maybe. You might not be. Stay where you are till I come where you're to. So I just wanted to show you one piece, because I'm going to offer this up to somebody, because it'd be a shame to smash it up. The frame was totally rotted on the driver's side, which I suspected because that's where the floor is rotted open. That's where the sill plate is rotted open, but it's not totally destroyed. It can be fixed right where it is. So I took this off the frame and I've scrapped the frame. This can be washed and reused. If somebody's redoing a Jeep, I'm going to offer all the interior parts I have. I have all the gray seats. I've got good carpets. I got the back seat. I got both bucket seats. We're going to post that. Skippy and I will post that when all is done. And if somebody's rebuilding a Jeep, you know what? If you come and get it, it's all yours. I don't want it. If you want to give us a donation towards coffee and donuts, we're in. Absolutely. Absolutely. So I believe in repurposing stuff. You know, if you want to give me $100 for all of it, that'd be sweet. If you want to shake my hand and say, get lost, it's only one word, that's okay too. But I'd like to see the seats, the frames are good, the back seat is perfect, and I shampooed a couple of carpets for the back. I have two gray ones, they're nice and clean now. The front carpet, it's pretty much, it's over for that. So I'm going to put that whole package together, and I hope that we can find somebody else who's a Jeep fanatic that will take those pieces and reuse them. Okay, so I spent an afternoon and I had this whole dash ready to go. So I pulled the whole wire harness out of the 97 is into the 2006. And these are pieces that I put in there. This is where your airbag goes, right here. right here. It bolts in right here. In fact, I'll just show you if we have a, do we have a minute? And here's the other hose that I didn't remember I got it. That's for the passenger side for the HVAC, so you have to watch the last video to see where that goes. It actually, I just put these in there. Those are the original pieces. It goes from there right up to this vent. The top of this, this is your other plenum. This is where the airflow, everything comes out of the central area. This is actually truly, in my mind, the plenum. This is your ductwork. So this will go from here to the centerpiece where Buddy drilled holes, but we don't need to do that because we have the piece that fits in here perfectly, and this will go to it and the other hose, and we'll be just fine. So that's all taken care of. This is our headlight switch. I had to take the bracket out of the old frame, which is right here. I have it positioned because I'm going to weld it. I'm just going to spot weld it. Am I? Yeah. What? Oh, this is right-hand drive. No, it's not. Skippy, this is not right-hand drive. Yeah, this is your dash right here. Speedometer, tachometer right here. Goes here. Steering column coming through here. Headlight switch right here. Well, it'll be down here. I had to separate the plastic, the actual dash from the frame. And look at this frame. It is spotless. The one I took out, sad. There's this is the driver's side. This was pretty much gone. It was just this being held by this piece. This was totally rotted off and it's rusted to smithereens. So I had to cut some spot welds to get the headlight switch bracket out, because on the 2006 it doesn't have the bracket for this style of headlight switch, just a push pull. And I don't remember seeing that on the 2000, what it was, whether it was a rocker switch, I don't remember. But anyways, we're going to have to utilize, because that's the harness we have, is for the 97, and fit it to the 2006. So thank goodness where the instrument cluster is good. That's all set up correctly. We're good there. Switched out VIN numbers. Make sure you always put it in the right direction. Don't make it backwards, guys. I washed all this. It's nice and clean, and that's how I like it. So on this side, this is all heater controls completely. This is everything plugging into heater controls and airbag. There's an airbag harness in here somewhere. No, that's still in the car. So this is the panel that blows out when the airbag lets go, when it's that time. Okay, so I took it out because getting this in there and this side wants to fall down on you, it just makes the job really, really hard. So how I do it is, this sits in here like this. I got to remember, we're looking at it backwards. So this goes right in here. See this stud up here is going to go in there. So this just get this, you just yell at it and it'll work. So it sits inside here real easy once I get it located properly. But these two studs are sticking out of the firewall, and then you have two screws down here once it drops into place properly. After you finish cussing at it, some colorful metaphors, it'll do exactly what you want after you cuss it out a little bit. So, you know, I'm just kidding. So that's where that goes. All right, so we don't have to get too crazy. It's easy to get in there when you do it from here. Flip it in there. Backwards doesn't work all that great, but that's the concept. So this is the front panel that's going to blow out, and then it takes this panel clean out, and how it does that is it's perforated at the bottom edge here. If you take a look at it right here where my finger is, there's a perforation there, and this is very soft material. You feel it from the other side, it's soft. It'll just the force of it will just take that panel and split it open, and it'll swing this way towards the windshield. It'll swing that way, and this baby comes flying out. So that's how that works. So it gives you a good idea what's going on there. But the harness is all in, it's fastened, everything is all together. The ALDL, this is a connector to the computer. These 3 plugs go into the fuse panel, and we're there. I just got to put 2 tack welds on this bracket, and then the panel that goes in front does not have a hole for the push-pull, because this has a push-pull. So all I have to do is I will drill a hole through that panel so that the push-pull for the headlight switch, that's how it works, will be just fine. And so, yeah, we're there. You want to have a look at the other side? And I got these really cool interior lights, a pair of them here. These are from the 2006, and they have these really cool domes that go on here that make the lights, the courtesy lights down at your feet, kind of look like a very pale purple. Yeah, that's an original one, and this is original 1997. Doesn't have a cover on it, but these ones do. That's why they're thicker on the side. See, ticky and tinny. So I just threw those up in there because I want to know where they are. This becomes a really cool diagnostic tool because it's an ALDL breakout connector for Jeep. So I'll stand it up, let Skippy take a look from the other side, but I just wanted to show you one other thing. And I'll clean this off and make sure this goes with the other dash skin. This is the vent control from the 97. Pretty darn close, because 97 is the first year of the Wrangler TJ, and 06 is the last year of the Wrangler TJ. So they made some changes, but not enough to throw us off. So we're really good. We're good. We got this. We got this. You can see this piece here is this piece here. It's just modified. So we got 2 tubes coming up. Do you know what that means? And I'll tell you why. Why is that we have a much bigger ventilation system? It's bigger. Anybody figure it out? Put that down in the comments. Why is this center plenum bigger? It's still the same configuration, see? It's still shaped the same, but we have more ventilation. What do you think? Put your answer in the comments. So I'm not going to give you the answer. See if you can come up with the answer. Why is that difference? It doesn't make any difference whatsoever to installing this one the way it is. I don't need to put this one in there. I don't. But there is a significance why it's like that. So again, put your comments in the comment box why you feel that has just a slight change from the 1997. So I'll just lift this up so you can see the other side, and then this is ready, other than 2 tack welds here on the headlight switch. The side vents are complete, and I wanted to show you something just quickly. I feel like Columbo. Here's the 2 side vents. But yeah, here's the 2 side vents from the 97, which, you know, the fella, whoever that was, he did his own. That's the right side. So I decided to go with the nice clean ones. Can you see why? I didn't want to bother cleaning those, but these will be included with that dash. So if you're rebuilding one, that's where the little tiny, you'll see how tiny, you see how tiny that is? That's the defrost flow from those 2 little hoses. Even Skippy's laughing. And I'm going, there it is, folks. That's it all in a nutshell. So this is coming together real good. And I'll just lift it up so you can see it. And that's what it takes, is you got to go through the whole thing inch by inch. and get it ready, and then we'll do a preliminary install just to make sure all is good. But the frame is just, it's gorgeous. There's not a speck of rust on it anywhere. And this will all, once we put some shine juice on there, it'll look amazing. And there's those vents. Here's your dash vent, center vents. This is the side window defrost, and you can see these are not changeable. The angle is there for the airflow to hit the glass. This is the driver's side. This is the passenger side. This is the hang on, we're going to the rhubarb handle. Or we're going upside down. Things don't look right. This is the hang on, things don't look right. So that's where we're at. I just have this to fix. This is an easy fix for me. I will just use my soldering gun, and I will melt in a piece of rod to the back here, a sturdy piece of rod. Let it cool, and that's it. It will hold its position. I don't know whether I did that taking it out, but it was a very hot day. It was almost 100 degrees in the wrecking yard, and I was working like an animal to get all the pieces and try and get out of there and save from doing a second run. I wanted to do it all in one, and I did. I got it done. The guys helped me get out of the yard because it's a you pull it yard, which usually means you harvest, you get it to the gate, you pay for it, you load it, you take it home. But I had a pile like you would not believe, and the guys were great. They sent one of their chaps with their yard truck to come and get me. We put everything carefully, seats, carpet, tailgate, doors, and dash. We put it in console. Wait till you see the console that's going in. It's a full console with a locking lid. It's really going to change the appearance of the 97 Jeep TJ Rescue. So we continue. So till next time, like and follow us on Facebook at Niall Motormouth Jenkins. Make sure you go to our Car Connection businessnetwork.com website. That's where I connect you with some great family owned and operated business owners that will have my seal of approval, and they'll take care of you. Check in with City Auto Sales and Leasing, Rainbow Motors up in Scarborough, City Auto Sales and Leasing, Greater Toronto area, and it's worth the drive there. If you're shopping low mileage cars at fair prices, they look like brand new. And also, if you're needing to put together a financial plan, an estate plan, or you have an investment portfolio at the bank, get it out of there. It's not working for you. Connect with Tony Mielli and Larry Teachel. They're my brothers from other mothers. They are certified financial planning professionals. Together have 50 years experience with IG Wealth Management. So whether you have $1 or $100,000 or $1 million, Tony and Larry will sit down with you with an hour and a coffee discovery meeting for complimentary because you're a Car Connection watcher. Find us at stevensvilleontheweb.ca. Click on the business tab button. Our profile page will open. You can email me from there, and you can also see videos you will not see anywhere else. So get your merch. So on our homepage at ccbusnet.com, YouTube, Facebook, iHeart for our podcast. Be part of our podcast community. We do a weekly 30-minute podcast at morning drive time, 8 a.m. And click on the merch store. It's all on the right-hand corner of the homepage. And we'll see you in the next one. Bye for now. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. If you enjoyed the video, like I know you did, ring the notification bell.
Well, thank you for stopping by the Car Connection Workshop right here on YouTube. Don't forget to come back and join us for another segment. So like, share, tag, and follow, and ding that bell so that you don't miss a single edition of Car Connection. So till next time, keep it under 100 and put the coffee on because we're coming to your house.